All right, what's up, everybody? We got our PSA submission back. We got nearly 3 equal stacks. Funny enough. I believe so. This is PSA grading group submission number 22 return. I want to touch on a couple things real quick, and then we're going to get rolling with the grades. As I've said many times before with these submissions, we had a lot of cards, probably the most cards in this submission that I knew weren't going to be a 10 or a 9 before they left than I've ever had. And what I mean by that is I've got some folks just like myself that like to grade cards, and we like to get them slabbed or encased, and not so worried about the grade as much as we just like them to be in the PSA slab, and it's presented that way. They're protected. So there are other people, there's other crazy people just like me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But there's other folks that have similar, plans or similar ideas of what they're trying to do, where they're grading things that we know aren't going to come back 9s and 10s. So I always try to preface, when I know this is the case, I always try to preface our video with that, because sometimes I think people get hung up on, well, if you didn't get half your cards back 10s, it was a waste, Well, not really, if that's not what you were trying to accomplish. It's all in the eye of, what your goal is, right? So, I counted, I believe we had 27 10s. I got 80 cards total in this submission. 27 of them were 10s. So basically, right on about 33% were 10s. And just looking at the 3 stacks, I'm guessing probably right about 30 cards that came back 9s, if I had to guess. Yeah, I would say probably 30 or 31 9s. And then a little bit less that were 8.5 or below. Because we did have one 8.5 that we'll get to. But we definitely had some lower grade stuff, and you'll see why in a minute. But I wanted to touch on that. Also, before I get started, PSA did raise their prices. They did it on a random Thursday about a week ago. So submissions are now $28 per card with me. And the next PSA submission due date, this is important. The next submission due date is going to be November 29th. I'm going to stretch all of October and basically all of November. We're going to take a little bit of a hiatus, not a hiatus, but it's mostly because I know the holidays are coming and money is going to get tight for everybody. And this is an easy way to make it. It's an easy way for us to sort of play catch up too with some of our submissions, by kind of slowing down our submission times and waiting for some of the others to come back at the same time. So, I'm doing this on purpose. Once we get past the new year, then we'll go back to every month, just like we have. But we did this same thing last year. So next submission due date will be November 29th. And then after November 29th, the next submission after that will be January 15th. We'll go from January 15th to the end of February. And then we'll start at the end of February. It'll become at the end of every month again. So I'm just stretching the time frame out slightly over these next few months because I know the holidays are coming. People are spending money on other things. And they raise the prices. So I'm just trying to make it work for everybody. And then as well in my racing group, we just had a new release come out today or yesterday. My apologies. We had a new release yesterday. We got another new release in 3 weeks. And we're potentially expecting National Treasures before the end of the year. So as far as my folks in my racing group, we got a lot of new releases coming out that I think people are going to want to spend money on products, and maybe a little bit less on grading for the time being. So just trying to make it work for everybody, and make it make sense. So that's kind of the reasoning behind what I'm doing. So let's get started. We always start with the lower grades first. So let's do that. We definitely had some lower grade stuff. We got some 5s. And of course, you're going to see why. There was quite a few of these sent by one person, 2007 playoff. But as you can see, really, really sick patches. This is TJ Hushmanzada for the Bengals. 2007 playoff. So these cards are creeping up on 20 years old. They are a patch card, so obviously we got a whole thing there to grade. And they're also a fairly thick card, which is another deal. These are short prints, 2 of 5. Very short printed cards. So we got a 5 on the TJ. We got Rudy Johnson with a 5. And again, these we knew without a shadow of a doubt they were not going to be 9s or 10s. 2006 playoff, oversized Rudy Johnson. Same thing, numbered to 5. Chris Henry, 2007. Nice patch in that one. Again, out of 5. Another Rudy Johnson in a 6. And another Rudy Johnson in a 6. So we got kind of quite a few of the same cards. It's amazing that this collector has all these. Like, he did some work to get all of those, you know. I'm sure there's other Bengals fans that would like to own some of those. So, kudos to him for being able to put so many of them together. This Aaron Judge might be the great mystery of the submission for me. I did not see anything specifically wrong with this card, but it came back a 6. I'm going to put that one in the file of the unknowns, or the file of Panini just is going to give out some random 6s apparently, because I truly don't know what happened there. It's not often I say that, but I don't know what happened there. 03 Victory Upper Deck Rookie Orientation LeBron James. Black border cards are always tough. I kind of thought we were probably looking at about an 8 on this, maybe a 9. But I figured probably an 8, ended up a 6. This one might be the only other real quandary for me of all of them. And it's a Bo Nix Bowman U Chrome Diamond Refractor auto. I don't truly know what was wrong with it, other than, there's some print lines, but they're not on the surface. Like, you can't do anything about it. So I don't know if they're grading that or what the situation is there. But it's a pretty card nonetheless. 86 Topps Reggie White. Of course, that one's, that's got some age on it. That's going to be 40 years old this year, next year. So definitely an older card, tough grade for sure. Same thing with Ken Griffey Jr., 1994 Donruss Elite. Came back a 6. That's numbered to 10,000. Remember when you could get serial numbers and you thought numbered to 10,000 or numbered to 1,000 or numbered to 500 was like a big, big deal? I remember when I was young and the first Press Pass racing card I got that was numbered out of 500 or 499, I was like, holy smokes, this is serial numbered, you know? Icky Woods playoff. That's out of 5. When's the crazy 100? That's the one we just sent, Scott. The big one is the one that just went out last month. Shout out to Panini for dropping 60% of their racing products. Yeah, exactly. We got a 7 on this. Ronaldo and Messi, Ultimate Soccer. I don't know the first thing about soccer, but I do know that those are 2 of probably the 3 biggest names in soccer. Pele might be the only other name that I am well aware of, at least from the men's side. I know there's a couple female soccer players that are well known. Aaron Judge, Topps update. Ended up a 7 on that one. That's numbered out of 2017. And then we'll get through the rest of this stack. 20 out of 20, Parkside Pacific, Takuma Sato. Again, these are very difficult to grade because of the chrome finish. They did not come out of the packs very clean at all. Another one that we knew going in was not going to grade well. But group member wanted it slabbed because that's the way he's putting his collection together. So, and I see no problem with that. So, Skybox, Jerry Rice, Artist Proof. Another one that's got some age to it. Out of 50, die cut. We got Aaron Judge, Topps Archives in an 8. Trevor Lawrence, Green Mosaic Rookie in an 8. We got the tie-dye prism, Ahmad Sauce Gardner from Select in an 8. That's out of 25. 1990 score, Emmitt Smith, supplemental. I'm not sure what that means, supplemental. I'm not super familiar with the older stuff. Another rookie orientation, LeBron James, came back in 8. We got Jackson Merrill on the blue refractor from Bowman Chrome in an 8. Pretty card for sure. Another Bo Nix auto. Bowman U Best. Gold out of 50. Elements of the Game. Cool card. And then Buckeye Cade Stover. Mosaic Green Sparkle in an 8. That's numbered 4 out of 8, if you're not familiar. Was an update set. Okay, cool. Or a subset. Gotcha. And then the last one, that's the 8.5. Samuel Alighieri. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation or not, but 8.5 rookie auto. And then we got 9s and 10s the rest of the way from here on out. So, again, I messaged everybody earlier. If you didn't get the message yet, I sent you a message. If you're a local person here, I will be dropping off all the locals stuff at game time tomorrow. And if you're not a local and you're, somebody that mailed stuff to me, just shoot me a message when you're ready to ship, and I can get you a shipping total, of course, with insurance, because we want to make sure we're shipping this stuff to you guys insured. So, Jackson Dart, getting some starting time. Heroes and Prospects, PSA 9. That's numbered to 15, too, on the dart. We got a Phoenix Shohei Ohtani, 9. Wyatt Langford, SP, in a 9. Shohei Ohtani, Bowman, PSA 9. This guy. For the Vikings. It's a cool card, I will say that. Step Ahead, 2004 score, J.J. McCarthy, in a 9. Shohei Ohtani, Topps Heritage. This one was one of my favorites. I had this card as a kid growing up. It was one of my favorite cards. I love this image. It's an iconic image of Jordan Duncan. I think that's in Madison Square Garden, if I'm not mistaken. But I know it's against the Knicks regardless. I've seen this image 1,000 times probably. And to get a 9 on a 1990 Fleer Jordan is pretty strong. So that's really cool. That was one of my favorites. This is cool too. Kyle Larson Drivers to Your Cars from Parkside, Indy. And Shohei Ohtani Topps Update Rookie PSA 9. Ryan Preece, this is the variation. He's driving the Wonder Bread Talladega Nights machine. Paul Goldschmidt, Gold. Fun little play on words there. Topps Update 9. We got the Ohtani Topps Archives Pitching Stance Rookie. That one's cool. I like this card a lot. Star Command CJ Stroud Gold. They call that the Interstellar, numbered to 50. That's cool looking. Ohtani Pitching Topps Chrome. Aaron Judge Finest Firsts. That's a cool card too. Another one of those guys from the team up north. Plays for the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson. Gold Laser Prism Auto. That's a 5 out of 5. That's a pretty big Hutchinson card. He's a stud player. I'll give him credit. Jared Verse, Black Pandora 1 of 1 from Phoenix. Coming back in 9. We'll take that. Obviously hoped for the 10, but we'll take the 9. And then Aaron Judge Bowman. Draft Picks and Prospects, I think is what that stands for. My other favorite... Oh, I got a 10 mixed in. Sorry. We'll move that over there. My mistake. We'll get to it in a second. Santino Ferrucci, 9. Signatures Blue. Richard Petty, Checkered Flag Prism Signatures in a 9. Numbered to 50. Really nice Richard Petty. That looks really good, slabbed. Jose Ramirez, Rookie, 2014 Bowman. And we got Romaine Grosjean, Signature Blue. Again, everybody knows we've got somebody that's working on this set. Scott McLaughlin, Signatures Blue. Kevin Harvick, Manga, PSA 9. The mangas were real tough. A 9 is a really good grade on that card. And then we're going Uptown. Malik Neighbors, rookie from Optic. '17 Bowman, Aaron Judge, another nice looking card. Rookie of the Year favorites. Ohtani pitching stance. Again in a 9. And then the Kyle Larson Black. 10 out of 10. In a 9. Really nice Larson. All right. Since I tried to jump the gun and had a card in the wrong spot, this is probably one of my other favorites from this submission. This is not my card, but I wish it was. That is a beauty. Marvin Harrison Jr., Maserati Marv, as Gus Johnson dubbed him. Gold auto refractor, the 1955 throwback, PSA 10. That is, for a Buckeye collector, that is as nice as it gets. I thought this one was killer. Jerry Rice, 03 SP Authentic, number to 25 from the Raiders. That's killer. In a 10. We got Jaden Daniels with the Optic Red Wave rated rookie. James Wood. I always want to put an S on his name, and there's no S. It's just Wood. Confetti. Topps Celebration rookie Confetti. That's nice, too. Looks great slabbed. Another Paul Goldschmidt. Topps Update rookie PSA 10. How about a 101 Super Samad Taylor for the Kansas City Royals? Superfractor 1 of 1. That's pretty sweet. We got Cam Smith out of 499. Bowman draft, first Bowman. How about Brandon Jones, 2016 Prism. Driver signatures gold. In a 10. I think everybody can probably guess who that belongs to. That's 5 out of 10. I think he's still missing 1 or 2 of those, if I'm not mistaken. Ohtani Topps Chrome pitching stance, PSA 10. If you hear some banging or whatever in the background, they are here working on a Saturday on our edition. They are really getting after it. Phoenix Contours, CJ Stroud. That looks really good slabbed as well. PSA 10. Really nice. Richard Petty Gold Sensational Signatures auto. That's super clean as well. Rainbow auto. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember if it was the 101 or the rainbow. Yeah, you have the 101. That's right. Petty turned out great. Charles Leclerc, purple and green refractor. 10. Another Aaron Judge. You've seen somebody sent a bunch of Judge and Ohtani, obviously. So you're seeing kind of a mixed bag of that stuff. Helio Castroneves, Spider-Man, Signature Series Blue. Again, like I said, somebody's working on a whole bunch of those that I know. Mosaic, Justin Fields, Purple, Blue Chips rookie. I don't know if that one's numbered. Yeah, out of 49. Another Aaron Judge, 2017 Topps. Aaron Judge, Bowman, draft picks and prospects. This is cool. How about a Downtown Legends? Deion Sanders. PSA 10. That's a big card. Downtown Deion in a 10 is big. Congrats to the owner on that one. That's pretty sweet. I'm not like the biggest Deion fan in the world, but I also recognize, he's quite popular. So, 18 Bowman, Shohei Ohtani. We went downtown. We went uptown earlier. We went downtown. Then now we're going back uptown. John Elway, uptown, in a 10. Then we got Chase Brown, Green Prism, 10 for the Bengals. That's numbered 2 out of 5. And then my other favorite card of the whole submission is this one, the Black Color Blast. Marvin Harrison out of Prism Draft Picks. That's just a sick-looking card. Congrats to the owner on that one. I might have Buckeye Envy tonight, or today. Behind him, we got Travis Kelce, Downtown. Another really nice one. Congrats to the owner on that one as well. Travis Kelce, 10. Aaron Judge, Gypsy Queen. Rookie. Topps Chrome, Shohei Ohtani. Pitching. We got a Jamar Chase Phenomenon from Select Tie-Dye Prism. That should be out of 25. Yeah, 15 of 25. And then last but not least, your IndyCar champion, Alex Palou. In a 10. So, that is that. I mean, like I said, you have to understand that there were some cards that were sent that we knew without a shadow of a doubt didn't stand a chance at 9 or 10. But some things get submitted for other reasons. But I think we did really well overall. Some of our best cards in the submission gemmed out at 10s. Look at the number of uptowns and downtowns, for example. And then, the Petty Gold Auto. I mean, we had some really nice stuff. A couple Parkside Autos that were 10s. So, overall, a really nice submission. So, again, as a reminder, next PSA submission due date is November 29th. So, you've got basically almost 2 months to save up for that one. November 29th. And then we're going to shoot for January 15th. And then we'll shoot for the last day of February. Those are going to be the next 3 submission deadlines. And then once we get to the end of February, we'll go back to at the end of each month. But to get through these next few months and holidays, it just makes sense. And it'll, like I said, it'll allow some time for some of our outstanding submissions to play catch up too. So we won't have quite as many hanging out there in the wind, so to speak. So definitely appreciate everybody that trusts me with your cards, sending them, taking care of them, cleaning them, prepping them, all those things, getting them ready. I'm aware that you could take them to, GameStop, or you can just send them to PSA and pay PSA to clean them and prep them and grade them and all that stuff. So I look at it as a privilege to be able to take care of your guys' cards and do this. And I do this stuff with PSA almost purely out of the enjoyment. I love seeing everybody's cards and all the different things that people collect. It's a lot of fun for me. So hope everybody enjoyed it. Congrats to everybody with their new slabs. And yeah, that's about all I got. You can see tomorrow's break for my NASCAR guys is behind me, sitting there ready to roll. That'll be posted at 1:30. So everybody have a great night tonight. Go Bucks. We'll see you next time.